What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Thursday, you guys. Happy Thursday.
It's Friday. It's Friday.
Yes, you You feel like you accomplished enough for a Friday?
No, nowhere near here.
OMG. Tonight is funding. We're going to talk about funding tonight. Calculating your deals is what our angle is going to be tonight. But before we start, you going to pull up the one? Don't worry about it. They won't see it.
They ain't gonna sit $100 price tag.
Y'all know Cupcake is not $100.
Bacon.
Tonight's wind down session. There we go. Brought to you by Cupcake. Tonio bought me some red wine, y'all.
I did. I felt like being generous today.
Y'all think he knew it was red, or you think he
Now,
just picked up a bottle?
one thing I didn't pay attention to was
It's the
this
dryness.
top. I'm just happy it's a twist though.
We have a cork.
I'm sure you know. That just look dry.
Y'all,
That just look like some dry wine.
he said it looks dry.
It just look dry.
Smells good. Don't let too much air get it. Put the top back on. Yeah, I know he wanted to tell me about myself.
You know.
So, we have baby Tonio making a pallet. That's what my daddy used to call it. Making a pallet on the floor next to us.
We got an audience.
A live audience. This wind down session is brought to you by our live audience at the Denmark's house. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Our live audience. All right, let's get it cracking, Tonio.
How y'all doing today?
How's everyone doing?
You just done gave up on Instagram.
Well, no, the joystick is in the car.
You just done gave
I
up.
did.
You wrong for that. You wrong for that. You know Frank was popular on Instagram.
But Frank started following you on Facebook. I saw him crack on you with a comment that you made. You said something about ships. When this ship goes 300 feet, and he said ships can't fly. I was rolling. I wanted to go back and edit your post.
My ship can't fly. That was the point.
I was I guess I missed it too.
That was the point.
What's up, Miss Kathy? Feeling good. I'm actually feeling better. Y'all, no lie. Today, I almost quit. No lie.
Almost.
Okay, today I quit.
Almost.
Today was one of those days where things was just piling up, and I got my emotions got the most of me today. I had to call Tonio, and I thought his emotion was gonna get the best of him. And he was like, "Can you snap out of it? Like, what are you tripping about?" So it's important to have a support system for when you get down there. Hopefully, both of y'all ain't tripping at the same time. I can't say most of the time. One of us is level headed when the other person trips.
I will tell you what. We always say fail. We always say we're not perfect. There's ups and downs in businesses, ups and downs in our business. Today was a I don't want to say record day, but today was a first for our business. We've been doing rental properties for since 2009.
Yeah.
So that's what
A long time.
a long time.
I can't count all that.
And believe it or not, we got our first complaint today.
We got our first complaint, and when I tell you, I was furious.
We got our first
about
complaint.
This complaint.
Yes, like it's crazy.
When that complaint came through my email, oh my gosh! And then my virtual assistants were instant messaging me, telling me, "Miss Ashley, you got a complaint." I literally, I had already read it.
Look, though, this is the funny part. When the complaint came through, because keep in mind we never had it before. So I'm like, who she complained to? Like, who can you complain to? But we found out she complained to
to the state.
to the state.
So I immediately got my attorney on the line, and he was like, "Ashley, it's not a lawsuit." I said, "What are we gonna do about this?" He said, "Ashley, it's not a lawsuit." I said, "What does that mean? You're not gonna work on my behalf?" He said, "Ashley, everything you explained to me is what you put back in that rebuttal." And I said, "Well, who is going to see this?" He said, "Well, people can't see it, but they also need to see your rebuttal, so you need to write that up." Needless to say, I have not wrote up that rebuttal yet. I've been kind of thinking about my angle, what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it, but he did agree to read over it for me and basically make sure I'm not being petty like I want to be.
Oh,
But yeah,
yeah.
that was my first complaint, and
What up, Donna?
it really teed me off because I feel like I've been trying every day. They seem like they on my
Yeah.
to do list, and I've been trying, and I've been sending people and helping, and every day they seem to break something else. So
Yeah.
every day has been an issue.
It's
So
been the worst thing ever, honestly.
yeah, yeah,
Worst ever.
yeah,
And I ain't gonna, this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it, kind of move on. They're not from Birmingham and they're not from Alabama, so I think they may be used to something a little different.
yeah.
But man, it's been pretty hell, just to be an understatement. Pretty hell. So it ain't all peaches and cream over here with the Demarks.
By the time you say, "Well, do you want to evict them?" I said, "I can't. Nothing I can evict them on.
Yeah, it's nothing to because they paid their
They
rent.
paid. Like
So and it's not both of them.
it's not. It's
Uh,
just one. We ain't gonna go in
we don't go
detail.
into detail. We'll move on to funding.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, that made my day. Like immediately, my emotions just like went down. I had to. I talked to Tonya. Tonya was like, "Ashley, you did this to help the situation out. What more can you do?" So that made me feel a little bit better. But as the owner, I take full responsibility for it because there's some things that I could have done better. So I do take full responsibility for it. So when I shut down, I literally, and I know this is not the right thing to do, but I literally went to the house and took an hour and a half nap. I prayed about it, prayed that I would be able to have a better energy after my nap about the situation and not let that energy drag on later. So I feel good now, especially after I talked to the attorney. I feel super good. But those things happen. It's a part of business. It's a part of life. You can't please everybody. You won't be able to please everybody in whatever you're doing.
facts.
So I have to constantly remind myself that I'm not a people pleasing person. That's not who I'm aiming to be, but I do strive to do things the right way.
To be a blessing.
Yeah. And I think that's the part that really irked me because I'm like, God, I just want to be a blessing to your people, but you're making it hard right now.
Well, I think the the thing about it is the person who is on the lease is not even the person that's complaining.
It's not.
Like the issues, he said he would take care of whatever. He just want one issue fixed. But the other person ain't listening to him. So it's like, how you gonna overstep somebody else when we got a recording saying these are not issues? So we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about. She's talking about chill. What's up,
Child.
yes?
And then
What?
my buddy over here living up her life in Miami. So I couldn't go sit on her couch today. I couldn't go sit on her office couch and tell her my issues,
Oh
which is
boy.
the same issues she got.
All right. Tonight we're going to talk about how to calculate what do you need to bring for funding when you are doing a hard money loan. A lot of times we feel like we got to bring a lot, but and I'm not saying we don't, but I want you to at least know what you are looking at, how to calculate it, how to have a conversation with lenders. Antonio Miguel Delmont III. I should not see your face in my camera.
You guys, I told you we had a live audience. I did not see his face though.
You go
So let
wrong?
me tell you how Antonio bamboozled us into being out here. He had his little Home Depot hard hat saying, I'm gonna take over the business one day. So I need to listen and understand everything there is to know about business. And a part of that are the wind down sessions. I need to be there listening when you guys talk about business. How do we tell him no?
Very the funny part though. So we was trying to stick him behind the wall. So he like, nah, I need to see y'all. I don't need to just listen to you. I need to see y'all. Man, you little mother lover. It's school tomorrow.
There's school tomorrow, and he always is the last one to wake up every day, and then he can't find anything that he needs.
You want to tell people hi? Come on. Come on. I'm telling them hi. Hi. They can't see you.
Oh, he better stand up. Boy. Hi. Hi, guys. They can't talk back to you. I'll tell you if they right. Okay. Yeah. They said, "Hey, handsome."
Miss Donna said, "Hey, handsome."
He said, "Thank you." All right, all right. So that's how we got bamboozled with the little one. We had the handshake that he could stay.
So the one thing that
right, right.
Miss Paulina say, "Hey, but it's time for bed."
They said, "Night, night, buddy." Hey, Robin.
Everybody tell you it's time for bed, buddy.
You guys, he got some melatonin though, so he should be falling out.
I heard a commercial today about it wasn't melatonin, it was a different one. But it was the same results and it had melatonin in it.
Yeah, this one got lavender melatonin.
So, that could be a family with the biz. All right, so y'all said night night.
Blow cover.
I got you.
You heard me.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not a good detective. All right, so what we're gonna do is one thing about hard money is your credit score is a part of the equation, but it's not the top dog when it comes to what you're bringing to the table, what your interest rates and things of that nature. What rules those type of things are your experience. Mm-hmm. So if I got a 620 credit score, but I've done 10 deals, and you got a 800 credit score and haven't done no deals, I'm going to get the best rates. I'm going to get the best terms. I'm going to get the best leverage because my experience weighs way more heavier than your credit score. So that's one thing to keep in mind when you are dealing with a hard money lender.
All right. So what do you want me to put up?
So what we're going to do is we're going to do a basic. Most people like to flip. So we're going to do a basic deal to where the ARV is 200,000.
Yeah, I'm the secretary today.
The secretary.
All right, ARV is 200,000.
The
wait. So you guys should know by now the ARV means the after repair value. So what the house looks like once it's all fixed up and cute. All right.
Good job. Let's say the purchase is 100.
Okay.
And the rehab is 40. They see your screen?
Yep.
Okay. They can't see you.
Both.
You see both?
Yep.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a newbie. And I'm going to show you the difference between two people. You have an 800 and no experience. I have a 620 and I've done 10 deals in the last 3 years. All right. More than likely, you are new. So they're going to make you bring 20% to the table. All right. So off the top, you got to calculate your down payment. So in this scenario, your down payment will be $20,000. All right. So one thing to also remember is that when you're doing a hard money loan, you want to get purchase and rehab. So you got to make sure you remember that you'll get purchase and rehab.
Do not just get purchase and fund your rehab out of pocket.
Yes, just pay a little extra fees. It'll be worth it.
It's worth it.
And I will say that most lenders are doing 100% rehab. That's kind of the thing out there. They'll give you 100% rehab if you do it on draws. If you don't know what draws is, gotta go back and watch another video. We're gonna go over draws right now. So what we're bringing to close, we know we're bringing the down payment 20,000. We know we're bringing our points to close, and what points is a percentage of your loan. So in this situation, our loan is 80,000 plus 40,000. Our loan is 120,000, and we're going to calculate 4% of that. We're going to do the loan for 12% and 4 points. That's $4,800. You got your comment wrong, please. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
48,000, and I was about to add extra.
And you can add a zero. Get that out of here. All right. So we know our down payment. We know our points. Other things that you got to bring to closing is insurance.
1 year of insurance usually is how much they want in advance. It's usually about $1,000.
Estimated to be $1,000. You're going to have your closing costs with your lawyer.
Yes.
So understand that this number can change. Most buyers, cash buyers, say they'll pay for closing. So in this situation, let's say closing from your recording fees and your title search fees, title insurance, let's say all that's $1,500.
That's pretty good.
That's what it is. All right. So we got insurance, we got closing costs. Your lender.
I was just getting ready to tell you. What about the doc prep? What about the doc prep?
Yeah.
Your lender is gonna charge you for getting the paperwork together, for underwriting. So those Tonya usually call those the junk fees, but it's what keeps them in business. So it's their doc prep fees along with their underwriting fees, basically. So you got your document preparing, your recording, all of that good stuff get pushed into one. So we're gonna call it lender doc prep. Usually, we'll just say lender fees.
Usually, those fees are from $1,000 to $2,500.
We're gonna go with 2,500.
So we'll go high end and say 2,500. All right. What am I missing, Ashley?
Yeah, points, interest insurance. If they make you pay interest up.
I get that's. I know I got interest. Anything else?
Okay.
That I'm missing?
Points, interest, doc fees, closing costs. That's it.
That's it.
And down payment. That's it.
Okay, so let me teach you how to calculate your interest payments. All right. So this loan is for $120,000. Follow me? So this is a 12% interest loan. What you will do is you take $120,000 and you times that by 12%. That gives you $14,400. on a year loan. So that's how much you would pay if you had that money for a whole
I was
year.
just gonna say that if you hold that property for a year, you're gonna pay 14,000 in interest.
All right. So to calculate what your monthly payment will be, you're going to divide that by 12.
14,400 divided by 12 equals 1,200. Excuse me.
Equals $1,200. So every month on whatever day that y'all set up, you're going to have to pay $1,200 for interest only payments. This 1,200 does not go towards your $120,000 balance. You still got a $120,000 balance at the end. So you just erase that.
I'm gonna move it. Go ahead.
All right. So now let's put all these numbers together and see how much cash we got to bring to the table to do a flip
If we were a newbie.
if we was a newbie investor.
All right. So we know based on this that we got to bring the down payment of $20,000. So we're gonna say $20,000
Uh huh.
plus.
Can you make them red maybe?
I can make it yellow.
Why yellow?
I think it stands out better.
Okay.
All right, so $20,000, and then you got to bring your points. So that's $4,800. Then your insurance is going to be anywhere between 1,000 and a little bit more, and that's depending on how much that ARV is. So for this ARV, it could even be a little cheaper. Closing costs 1,500. Lender fees 1,500. I'm sorry, 2,500. Interest 1,200. What do we got? 31,000. So 31,000 is what the newbie has to bring to closing.
So in the real world, keep in mind they're gonna make you pay either a full month interest or a prorated interest. So you got to calculate that. One other thing that you're not gonna bring to closing, but you're gonna pay for is an appraisal. Your appraisal is usually about $400 to $600. You're not getting no questions.
Uh, you probably are, but you gotta go back to that screen.
Okay. So let's finish this and then go back to the screen.
Okay.
All right. But the appraisal is paid before closing. That's not paid at closing. You got to pay that up front. That's through a third party.
Sometimes the lender will have a link for you to pay the appraisal via the link, and then they'll do it. And then the other companies will allow you to pay the appraiser directly.
All right. So if you was to ask me, Mr. Demar, I'm a newbie. I want to do a flip ARV about 200,000. How much cash do I need? I tell you need at least $31,000 to bring the closing.
But
I will also say you need that 14,000 to have in the bank to make your interest payment. Your 14,400.
Where's that at?
You took it and put it to the top.
Okay. This.
Yes. So I mean, you can minus 1 month. At least $13,200. You'll have to at least have that in the bank.
That's a lot of money.
Maybe. All right. Now the other thing you're gonna need is probably the last thing you're gonna need. You're gonna need about $5,000 to $10,000 to start the rehab. If you got 5, the rehab gonna go kind of slow. If you got 10, you can speed through it. So if you was a newbie and you was asking Mr. Denmark or Miss Denmark, man, how much money do I need to do a deal? This is what I tell you. I would say At least 31,000
plus 13,200
plus 13,200
plus 10. Let's say five. Let's say
plus
five.
5,000. I would say as a newbie, you need about $50,000 to do a flip or to get into an investment property that you're planning on selling. So let's get some questions. And not saying you're going to use the whole 50,000, but that's what you need.
You need it at least to show it
Yes.
in the bank. All right. And some lenders are gonna say that 1,200 times 6 months instead of 12 months. It depends on the lender. A lot of times for newbies, they want to see it for a year versus a half a year, just to make sure that you're good to go.
Yes.
But great point, Ms. Robin.
Um, that's all questions.
That's all the questions.
Okay. All right. Are we back to the question screen now? So if you got any questions, or you got any statements, or you got anything that confuse you, let's drop it in there now so that we can answer before we go back to the other screen where we can't see you. So this is a newbie. This is somebody fresh out the gate. Typical hard money lender. They gonna want to see 50,000 in the bank. For a $200,000 deal. Now it might go down a little bit if you're doing $150,000 deal or something like that, but I think 200,000 is a sweet spot to start flipping, honestly. Um, so okay, I didn't see no questions coming in.
Donna said that just made her head spin.
All right, talk to us, Donna. Talk to us.
Tell us why. And I say this a lot to Antonio. I think to our circle. I don't necessarily say it to a lot of people, but a lot of people get into investing in real estate because they want to make large lump sums of money. Well, you have to invest quite a few lump sums to make that large lump sum. So you can't get into it with zero. You can if you have a strategy.
Say it again. You can or you can't.
9 times out of 10, you can't unless you have a strategy and you have a partnership with someone so that you don't have to do it for that whole $50,000. Y'all going ham on
They
here.
is going ham.
That'll say, child, I ain't got 50,000, but you might know someone that has 50,000
Facts.
that you can partner with. Never look at real estate from your own pockets. LaShonda said, Lord, isn't that the truth? Yeah, never look at real estate from your own pockets. Look at the deal because you can find the money. You guys, when I tell you you are money magnets, you are money magnets. Believe in it. Believe in yourself because there's someone out here that believes in you more than you believe in yourself. And that's the person that's going to partner with you and do that deal. Okay? People partner because of you, not because of what you got going on in their return. It's because of the person that they're partnering with. So there's someone here that believes in you more than you possibly believe in yourself.
Facts. All right. So we're gonna go to the other screen. So that was a newbie. That's somebody who's never done a deal. They just at it for the first time. They gotta bring their cash.
LaShonda said, I would say the partnership concept has been very valuable. Because you've done two partnerships, LaShonda, absolutely.
Yes. But everybody don't think about it though. Everybody don't understand that concept.
Absolutely.
We're not taught to help each other and partner in school. We're all mostly, as when I was coming up, is you take your test by yourself. You can't
Every
get no
man for
help.
themselves.
Like it's a solo dolo type of thing. Like, but I will say that when it comes to business, when it comes to relationships, partnerships can really jumpstart your investing career.
And most $1 million companies are not ran by one person. They're ran by a group of people. So you don't have to do it by yourself. CEOs that are running $1 million businesses do not do it. They bring people in that can benefit, that can help them benefit, and they can partner together.
Agree.
If you make that pig make noise,
I
I
don't know
know
how to
something.
make him make. That's the other one that make noise. He make noise too.
Yes. Yeah, he playing with these toy pigs in the house. We got two different ones. I think my kids like pigs. All right. So I hope you got a screenshot of it. Hope you saw it.
Keep that. Don't erase it though.
All right. I'm gonna copy it so we can do the same thing. So I ain't gotta retype all this.
You kind of smart.
Oh, very smart. Work smarter, not harder.
All right. So,
All right. Same house. ARV 200,000.
uh-huh.
Purchase price still 100,000.
Uh-huh.
Rehab is 40,000. So calculating interest will still look the same.
Let's say
Well, your
let's
interest
say
could be
ten
small. Let's say
percent,
it's 10. Yeah.
and let's say your points are 3.
So it's that gonna be 1,200 at 10%.
You are calculating. Well, you ain't doing it right though, man. You ain't doing it. You trying to cheat the system.
All right, I'll come back for this part. We'll highlight that orange and we'll come back. And I'll get all the way to the points. All right. So down payment, they probably how much down payment they gonna give? They gonna
So
get 0 or
if
10.
I'm gonna do 0 because there are lenders out there that will do 100% purchase and 100% rehab lending to people with experience. All right. So I'm gonna say no down payment as long as the purchase and rehab is less than 70% of the ARV.
All right, assuming it is. Well, let's
So
find out if it is.
if this is 200,000 times 0.70, that 100 and that 40 is right on point. So that's 70% of ARV. They would do 100% at that point.
All right, so we
So
all in.
now you can go calculate the interest.
All right,
Your
so
loan is 140 now, not 120.
because you're
Up
not
there,
bringing
up
any
there,
money, I'm sorry, I'm doing it right here.
where you on it.
That's why I was wrong.
Yes, that's why I'm trying to tell you to slow down.
All right, so it's 140 now.
Mm-hmm.
4 points. So 140 times 4%.
But you going
No,
that's not that's not 1,200. That's not 12,000 right there.
I know. We said we was coming back to that. We on this part. You said finish this part first. It's orange because we haven't got there yet. You want me to go
Yeah,
to
let's
it?
do that
1,400.
because people gonna get lost.
Okay.
All right, 1166. All right, so in this scenario, I get a lower percent interest. I'm gonna get 10% interest, even though my loan is higher than the newbie. My interest payments are still lower. All right, so
That's a perk.
that's a perk. All right,
All right. So 4% of 140. What's that?
I get 3 points.
Because you're experienced.
So at 140, I'm gonna get 3 points. That's $4,200.
Bam.
All right, my insurance gonna be the same. My closing costs gonna be the same.
Nothing you
My
can do about
lender
that.
fees gonna be the same. My interest is gonna
Change.
change.
Not by much though.
My appraisal's gonna be the same. Did I just die? I just died.
And that's why we have Ashley's phone for 200.
I don't like your phone. Your screen broke.
Yeah, Antonio fixed his phone. Don't know what to do with himself.
Brand new.
Not the back.
Ain't nobody asked you about the
You
bet.
did the bet too.
No,
Should have bought you a case from the Dollar Tree.
I should have. How you know what's about you?
I didn't. I said
You been
I
watching
should
my
have.
location?
I
You
should
been
have.
watching my
I went to
location?
the Dollar Tree yesterday.
Yeah.
I do watch your locations all day. All right, 0% down payment. 4,200
Mm-hmm.
is where we're gonna start because we know it's 3 points. We're gonna do 1,000 for insurance. We're gonna do 1,500 for closing costs plus 2,500 for lender fees.
Do that again. I think you messed up.
Okay, 4,200
Mm-hmm.
plus 1,500
Uh-huh.
plus, oh, I missed 1,000. All right, plus lender fees 2,500 plus you're gonna do the appraisal
No, appraisal is gonna be paid automatically.
out
We
of
just said
pocket.
we're bringing the closing.
In the bank you need less money now in the bank because
So let's do cash to close. Like do one line at a time.
I get
Okay.
I get so sidetracked. I just want to give it all at one
I
time.
know. I understand, baby.
Just go. I'm sorry, y'all. All right.
That's
So
experience. You got
instead of
newbie.
31,000, we're now down to 9,200 because we're experienced versus a newbie. All right. Now we're gonna. Do we still need the same amount in the bank?
That was your year of interest.
So now your interest is 1,400 minus 166.
1400.
1,166.
Where 1400 from?
Your 14,000 year interest.
You said 1400.
Oh, I thought I said 14,000 minus
Mm-hmm.
1,166. So you need a
A little less. I mean, we're talking
12,000.
thousands, so it means a lot to me.
All right. Start rehab.
Still need that same 5 to 10 to start the
We'll
rehab.
stick with 5 to make it the same as the other one.
All right.
So we got 9,200 plus $12,834 plus 5,000. So instead of 50,000, you're at 27,000, give or take. We just rounded 27,000.
All right. So being an experienced investor has perks where a newbie investor is going to need $50,000 to do a deal. As an experienced investor, I would need roughly $7,000. So understand that this this world isn't created fair. That's the first thing. So don't even get that in your mind. And understand that the more experience you have, the less money you bring. So sometimes we don't want to pay the piper, meaning I'm not doing $50,000, so I'm just gonna do a deal. But you gotta understand the longevity. Even if you're doing a deal, you just gotta keep plucking away at it, and that payment is go down, go down, go down. So in the world, if we both had $50,000, you can do one, I could probably do two. So it isn't fair, but that's the way it works.
All right. LaShonda said, so to confirm, the year of interest is due regardless of the length of time you have the loan. No. They just want to make sure you have money in the bank and that they're not loaning you things. They're not giving you a loan and you can't start the rehab and make their payments. They want to know that you have enough to float the project. But the more experienced you are, the less money they require you to have, like
Yes.
in the bank. So sometimes as you do more deals, they may say you only need 6 months of interest in the bank and we'll let you do 2 deals. But when we get up to 3 deals, you're gonna need to have some more
Yes.
in the bank. Does that make sense?
So keep in mind, we just did kind of straightforward stuff. There are lenders out here that do different things, but that's the basic of what you got to understand. You got to understand what percentage they're lending their money at. You got to understand how much your cost is. So like there are some lenders that do deferred payments to where you don't make no payments while you got the loan.
Mm-hmm.
There are some lenders that say give me 6 months of interest up front, and then on month 7 you start paying interest. Uh, so there's different ways. There's some lenders that got higher interest, some got lower, some got higher points, some got lower points.
Mm-hmm.
Some got higher lender fees, some got lower. Some got higher appraisals, some got lower appraisal fees. So all those things can change per lender. That's why there's so many lenders out there because those things can change. But you have the foundation to know how to communicate, roughly what you got to bring. If they're telling you their numbers, you can put it on paper and calculate. This is what I'm gonna need for closing. My property is gonna cost this much. My loan is this much. This is what I need. So that was the purpose of today's video was to show you how to calculate how much money you potentially need.
I know he said a lot. So, what other questions do you have? And is it simple enough?
And, and I will say this: understand, I like numbers. I'm a math guy, but I'm smart enough to know that there's a lot of people in the world that's not math guys
Or girls?
or girls. I can't leave the girls out.
Absolutely.
Pity,
It's probably nothing but girls watching.
pity. So I will say that there are calculators out there that will help you with this stuff.
Especially with calculating the interest.
Yes.
I like to back into it to reverse engineer before I even start so that I'm not hit with the wham bam, thank you, ma'am. No, we can't do this loan before.
There's some lenders that'll let you roll your interest, your insurance into the loan.
Mm-hmm.
Different things. I will say this: one calculator I used to use a lot was and no affiliation to them is Rehab Valuator. They have a good calculator. They have a good like if you're doing
Rehab estimate.
rehab estimator, you're doing private money lending and things like that. Now they got a paid version and a free version, but the free version gets you a lot of things also. If you need to calculate potentially how much money you'll make on a deal, I love using those for them also.
I feel like Real Flow was pretty spot on too.
Real
If
Flow is
you
good
have
too,
Real
but it's
Flow,
just paid. But
yeah. If you have Real Flow as your CRM, they have a really good rehab evaluator.
we gotta make sure we put that in our
Class.
no
Mm.
in our
Package.
high level
Okay.
so that people can do that quicker and easier. All right.
Text.
So anything else? I know Donna, you said something earlier. If you don't understand, tell us where you struggling at, and
So we can help.
so we can help, so you can fully understand.
Robin, you hopping all over. Hop from YouTube to Facebook. Well, good, Robin. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yes.
I'm glad it was good info. Donna said she screenshotted it.
Okay. And keep in mind, Donna,
You
this be on my page. X Flipper, this be
this
on the
is
Demarks.
on our page.
X Flipper is my page.
I'm talking about the B.
Oh,
Ah, thank you.
so if you need to go back and watch it, feel free to watch it. If you got questions, put it in the group, X Flipper Academy. Um, but these are the things that you need to know. These are the things that they don't teach us in school. These are the things that our parents don't know about. So
Because they weren't taught.
they weren't taught it, so they only teach you what they've been taught or what they've learned. And this is not something that the average household talks about. So A lot of people pay real good money for that information, but that ain't right now what we talking. We just trying to help some people. We just trying to
Again, get you from off the sidelines and into
yes,
the game. That's our whole motto. Don't go back and say, "Well, I should have. I knew it was a good time then to invest in real estate." No, do it now, so you don't say later, "I should have, wish I could have did it." The more information you have, the more the more action you can take. But don't just gather all the information and have analysis of paralysis. You just made me mess all the way up with that pen.
I got something to say though. If
And
you're
you
not
don't do
done,
it.
understand this too. You can partner with people, and you don't have to always partner for their money. You can partner for their experience, because if both of y'all are on the deal, and one person has the experience and one person has the cash, then you can get those lower rates and terms and things of that nature. That's just what Brandon and Devontae did. Devontae had experience, Brandon had the money, and they put it together and got the lowest possible outcome that you can get for it.
Mhm.
You can partner people with their credit if your credit is an issue. We all know we can partner people with their money. So don't be afraid to partner. Don't be afraid to even pay people to partner with you. Because for me, I look at it like this: if I'm a newbie and I gotta bring $50,000 to close, I ain't got $50,000 for quote quotes. How I get the deal done? Hey, Mr. Such and Such at REI Live, I know you've been doing some deals. If I give you $1,000, would you partner with me on this deal? He bring his experience. I gave him $1,000 up front. He might want something on the back end too.
And that's fine because it gets the deal done. So don't
But
be stingy with
I
it.
only got $25,000. I can get the deal done at that point in time. So there is a overall understanding that don't be afraid to partner with people. Don't be afraid to open your mouth and tell people what you're trying to do. Did I miss something down here?
Mhm. Now, Dennis says, I have a partner that's been doing flips and rentals 20 years, and he's ready, and he got the cash and the credit.
That's
Bam,
it.
that's it.
That's it right there. That's it.
If you were one of my kids, we would explode.
But that's it, Miss Dawn. That's the key right there. You can get in the game. If I'm just gonna throw a name age out, 30, 35, 40 years old, you've been sitting on the sideline waiting to get in the game. This is the time to get in the game.
Get in the game.
That way, when your kids come behind you, they in the game early. They experiencing something totally different. Their mindsets are totally different because they understand this stuff because you're able to teach it to them.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll be in the game 22, 23, 24, 25 to where it took us 30-ish, 40-ish to actually step out there.
Mm-hmm.
So just think back. If you started investing when you was 22, 23, 24, and you had a good mentor, what life would be like? So you got here just rolling stuff.
Miss Kathy said good stuff.
No problem. Don't forget to share the video, like the video, help somebody out. Or I wasn't gonna say that, Miss Robin. I was gonna keep it at a decent age.
That is a decent age, sir.
I just said 35, 40.
Okay, goodbye.
She was saying older.
That's exactly what my old butt did. Procrastinated.
Yes.
You
It's
see, I didn't.
time.
You see, I didn't say it.
It's time. It's time. So and you can do it. I promise you can do
If we can do it, you can do it.
it. And we ain't
We're not
special.
that smart.
I'm gonna be honest with you, we ain't that special. I I made a post the other day like we ain't that special to be doing what we doing now. We work hard, we seek knowledge, but if I told the people in my high school class what I'm doing, they'll think I'm lying.
Well, they see you now, but they would have thought you were
They would have thought
lying
I was lying.
back
If
then.
I went overseas and just came back, they'd be like, man, you ain't smart to do nothing like that.
Miss Donna says scary money don't make no money. Absolutely.
Hey, never too
Absolutely.
late. It's never too late to get it. It's not,
It's
man.
never.
The KLC man got rich when he was like 60, 70
Wait a
something.
minute. Are you this random knowledge like I do? Because I'm
I know.
not.
Facts. The KLC
I'm
man.
not doing this with you.
All right, I'm gonna look
That's
it up.
okay.
I'm gonna
That's
look it
okay.
up. KFC man started late, bro. I mean,
Chat. We not doing these random facts. All right, you guys. We not waiting on him. Y'all waiting on him? I'm not waiting on him. So, you seriously?
I'm trying. I'm not allowed to prove my points like you. At least when I'm right. 62 years old when he started KFC.
What a blessing. Let's try to see we waiting.
He was 62 years old when he started KFC. It's never too late, man. Get in the game.
It's never too late. Let's get in the game.
Now his kids ain't no telling what kind of money they got.
Right.
62. Just think about that. 62.
And I'm sure he owns a percentage or they own a percentage to every franchise that's open. Everyone that's open.
Yeah, so
I know we got y'all. That's an awesome word.
I mean, it's possible.
It's definitely possible. All right, I'm sorry that we wind y'all up instead of winding you down. But keep focused, keep striving. Have a wonderful evening. Do you got any last minute?
Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. I mean, I know it's late.
Hey, BJ.
What's up, BJ? Appreciate you for coming, man. Like, thank y'all for coming. We try to pour our hearts out and give as much knowledge as we can, without holding anything back.
So to that point, if you guys have a question that y'all feel like they may not answer it, ask the question.
Yes,
just
ask, especially on the setting like this. That's what we do it for, like to build confidence, to put energy in people to try.
You're welcome, Robin.
You're welcome. Good evening. Good evening. Good
You're
evening.
welcome. All right.
Go nothing.
Have a wonderful.
What we talk about tomorrow?
Have a wonderful night. Tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, is on Marketing Fridays on Marketing Days. So it's time for Antonio to learn tomorrow.
You've been dropping some games.
Have a wonderful.
You can't go too much deeper in that bag, dog. Bro, you've been going deep these last two.
I might be working on something.
Show me.
I might do triggers and automations tomorrow.
Oh, drop the mic.
I might do triggers and automations.
They gonna blow that. You gonna blow their mind with that. Action.
But they need to. They need to know how to do it.
You can't show them that, man.
We'll work on it. I gotta break it down to its lowest level.
That's scaling, though. That's scaling.
No, it's not. That's a part of marketing. Okay, well I can do it Saturday.
They'll like that. You do both of them. Okay. Cause it's so far, like you can maybe do break it up. You can break it up.
All right.
But y'all will like it though. I promise you'll like it.
We'll do it. We'll make it happen.
All right.
Even if we gotta do part 1, part 2.
Part 1, part 2. We'll do that then.
Have a wonderful evening, you guys. And then tomorrow, have a awesome Friday on purpose. Okay? An awesome Friday on purpose.
I ain't never heard nobody say that before.
On purpose.
On purpose.
On purpose.
All right, man.
Love
Thank
you
y'all.
guys.
Peace.